1:15. And within this time, I can give you a short introduction to connecting with your angels. My name is Barbara Calvano. I have a practice that's called B. Calvano Coaching. So what I like to do is help people connect to their angels, their ascended masters, and then use it in a practical manner for their lives. So that's why I use coaching, life coaching. I really teach the basics about working with the angels, connecting with the divine realm, so that you can have an easier, more graceful life. What does that mean? Life happens. Many of you are here dealing with things that are in your life that can be very, very stressful right now. It can be, you may have someone who's very ill, you may be ill yourself, you may have financial problems, you may have situations with your job, where you live, and things like that. But in this day and age, most people deal with stress, and there are many, many ways to deal with stress. So the title of my talk today is Living Passionately, Co-Creating an Extraordinary Life with the Angels. Now that's a real mouthful, because how many of you feel like you're living 100% passionately and that you feel you have an extraordinary life? We got some hands up. Excellent. So I would say that, there's a secret to it. And the secret is, I'm going to share a little bit about the secret. Living passionately, what that means is being able to jump out of bed in the morning. I've heard some people do it, like they jump out of the bed and they're rearing to go with what they love to do. And if they have that job, excellent. I'm a slow jumper, so I'm not going to jump out of bed. Plus, I have about 5 cats around me, cat lady, and my husband's over there. But anyway, I jump out of bed, but I still have to clear myself. Because as a human being, our thoughts start creeping in on us as soon as we wake up. And those thoughts can be so powerful. In fact, the most powerful thing you have are your thoughts. And when we start working with the angels help us clear our thought patterns. I'm not going to disappear them forever, but it's like having the best team around you to assist you in clearing your energy so that you can go the next few steps, maybe the next few hours, few days, and then you may need to clear again. But you have the best helpers. Now, that's the other key. To have an extraordinary life, you need help. You can't do it alone. And so it's the beginning of really trusting others. And for many of us, trust is not easy. You know, here at the back of the room is my husband. I'll be married 27 years. At the end of June, I don't know, my 6th or 7th. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But anyway, when I first got married, I immediately got really depressed. And I didn't know what was happening. You know, I thought, I'm just so terrified. How to be a wife? How am I supposed to act now? I was 35 at the time. And I just didn't expect this feeling to come over me. And what I found out was my core issues was that I didn't trust men. Just married one. What am I going to do, right? So I got help. And I found a counselor who helped me. She talked me through it, and she found out there were some things that I was doing that wasn't helping me with my thought processes. One of those things was that I was drinking alcohol on the weekends, not every day, but I had the personality of someone who was a depressive or was always looking on the negative side of things in life. I wasn't working with the angels as I am today. I knew help was there, but it was kind of like over there. I didn't, until later I learned the angels are like right here. They're like right around you, like a shawl, like a comforter. So, bear with me as I go from thought to thought. So to live passionately every day means to live with courage. And to live with courage means even if someone breaks up with you, you don't get the job that you want, can't lose that weight. You know, you go to the gym and you lose 50 pounds, but then you gain 90 back. You know, you can't get along with your in-laws. Your pet dies. You get a new pet, the pet is sick. I mean, one thing after another. You have elections that just drive you crazy, you know, the government, the politics. And how do you deal with all this and live in New York City, you know, on a day-to-day basis? How do you live passionately? Well, I'm here to tell you, each and every one of you have the energy and the likeness of an angel. That's one of the messages I received. What are angels? Angels are all-knowing. You are all-knowing. Angels have, they're telling me to say that superpowers. You have superpowers. Those are your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities. Angels are invincible. So even if, God forbid, something happened to you, you come back again in another body. Now I'm giving you some new ideas. Take them, leave them, fit something on for you today. But the main message is that you have the ability to live passionately, 100%. Even if you're dealing with cancer, even if you're dealing with losing your home, you know, just, you know, sometimes you have one death in your family, and all of a sudden there's another one and another one. Some people have years like that. Or some people are just forever unhappy. You know, they have the sense, I was the smartest student in my class, in the university, in my job, and now I feel like I am nothing. You know, we all have different things as a human being. The angels are with us to help lift our spirits. I'm going to tell you how I came about working with the angels, all right? Now, 26 years ago, I got sober, and that was through a 12-step program. It was the beginning of discovering how to live a life in full color versus in black and white. When I was living in the black and white world and I needed a glass of wine to do something because I was so nervous and so afraid, I wouldn't be standing here speaking in front of you about angels. You know, I wasn't even able to come out of the closet as a drinker, but now I'm able to come out of the closet as a spiritual seeker, as a spiritual teacher. So that was the beginning of discovering surrender and feeling peaceful. The angels have to talk about 12-step programs because there are a lot of people who have addictions. And these 12-step programs really help people. They're free practically. So if you have an addiction of overeating, overspending, oversexing, overgambling, how can you overgamble with gambling? You know, they're very helpful. And they are about opening a door to a spiritual side that you won't even believe. They're really quite extraordinary. So, creating an extraordinary life. The angels say, tell them they already have extraordinary lives. But we can't see them because we're so filled with anger, resentment, our negative thoughts. Some of the most beautiful women can be walking around in New York City, but on the inside, they just feel horrible about who they are. Something's never not good enough. Or you're size 0, but you want to be a size 000, you know? In New York especially, right? You know, to live an extraordinary life, first thing we have to do is have a gratitude list about what we have already. If you are here, you're already connected to the angels. Whether you work with them every day or not, you're already being guided. You're guided here to learn a little bit more about how to have an easier, softer life. When I say an easier, softer, gentler life, it doesn't mean you're not a warrior ninja lady, you know, or man. You can be powerful, and we need to be powerful because we need to be unstoppable today. We need to have the energy to go up against things. You know, if we have one issue with a doctor that didn't work out, and we did the paperwork, and things got messed up, we need to have the energy to go back in and get it cleared up. Or with Con Ed, or Time Warner Cable, or our bosses, or our relationships. I'm not married 26 years because I was just a quiet, passive little flower. You know, I had to learn to use my voice. I had to learn to be powerful, authentic, and also a great listener. And when you connect with the angels, it'll teach you both ways. how to be powerful to take the action that you need to take, that you already know you need to do. Some of you are already receiving messages for your health, for your jobs. It's a matter of you having a full faith, taking the next step, even if you can't see what's in front of you. I came to New York City in 1977 at 21 years old with $100 and no job, no place to live. I was a little crazy back then, you know, but there are times in your life you got to take a risk. So if there's something that you want in your life right now, it's not going to come comfortably. I'm not here to tell you it's going to be comfortable. Maybe, what was the big $500 billion, what was that big lottery thing? You know, somebody won, a few people won. But the probability that it's going to land for you, it'd be better if you started taking actions. All right, take an action, all right? When I was depressed, right after I got married, I said, I have to do something. I feel like I don't want to move forward. I've been single for all these years, and now I'm going to marry this man, and he's got this really loud Italian family. I don't know how to deal with them, and my family's Japanese, and the wasp from the Midwest. And there's a helper, there's a counselor, there's a coach for every little thing that you need. They're earth angels. See, there's another form of angels. Angels are not going to show up for you just all in white fluffy things. If they do, wonderful. Often they will be, you'll hear your angels through a feeling in your heart, I really need to do this. You'll hear something, somebody will tell you, you know, you really ought to take a look at, you know, you constantly are saying negative things. And that's a good thing if someone tells you that. You know, don't just get angry at them. You can get angry, but you also may say, maybe they're right. Messages are coming at each and every one of you every day. Here was the great message that happened about 2 weeks ago. Freddie the cow. Know about Freddie the cow? Anybody know about Freddie the cow? Okay. I thought you were all going to go, yes, Freddie the cow. Okay. I live in Queens, and there was this cow that was supposed to be slaughtered at a halal factory. And this cow had come from upstate New York, and he was going to be taken into the slaughterhouse. And this guy escaped. And he's running down the streets of Queens like, I'm out of here! No, I'm not ready to die today. And he's just running. Do you think he knew where he was going? No. He just smelled death, and he smelled life, and he just went running. That was the message, everyone. We don't have to wait until we're going to be this close to getting extinguished, you know, really ill, really, you know, totally horrible debt. You know, it's one thing to have credit card debt, another thing to be totally unconscious with your money, or maybe you're in an abusive relationship with someone, or you're in a job that just you hate. That's like Freddie going to the slaughterhouse. But the animal knew, and he just ran. And he did not know, but I say he knew. I choose life. And in life, life feels good. There's something in life that I recognize. But I don't recognize being killed for no reason. I might be making this all up, but this is my message. All right? So, what happened was animal activists saw him on the news. They went and they did capture the cow, and they took him back to the halal slaughterhouse. But the man stood and slept outside all night to help protect him. And they ended up being able to take Freddie. They gave him the name Freddie after Freddie Mercury from the band Queen. I don't know, maybe too young to know about this band. So they took him, and they took him to a farm in New Jersey, and now he's living peacefully. And if you look on Facebook, you can see his happy, smiling face. So Freddie's message to us is, run like hell. Run like hell towards what you want. And look what happened. People will lift you up. Right? Watch the good news. you will feel the angel messages. Feel them. Let it in. Ignore the rest. Because the rest, makes you feel pretty bad. You can tell when politicians are lying to you. You can tell. You can see how it feels in your body. You don't need that. You'll know what to do when you need to do as far as voting and all that. And I mention that because it's important that we all act together, right? But Freddie's message is run towards what you want. You may not know. He's just running. Like, I don't know where I'm going, man. Where am I? Woodside, Sunnyside, Jackson Heights? I don't know. Am I running into another factory? But he just ran. So it's important to take actions. If you get a coaching from me or reading, one of the things I always have to tell people is take the next right action immediately. 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 I'm not the type of reader or psychic medium that's going to tell you, if you go this way, this will happen. I do give you signs like that, but for the most part is, yes, I'll tell you that it is a dead end and you better do something about it. But for the most part, you guys already know. We all have psychic abilities. The more you trust it, the more it gets better. There are two books I highly recommend right here. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise L. Hay. And this is the latest book by Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves, Nutrition for Intuition. You want to improve your psychic abilities? I can pass it around if you want to. This has chapters on, yes, what you eat, what you put in your environment is going to affect your psychic abilities. Some people cannot tolerate caffeine or alcohol or meat. And we all vary. It all is different for everybody. You Can Heal Your Life has powerful, powerful affirmations. You can spend thousands of dollars on courses, but if you go back home after you walked on the fire with Tony Robbins, right, or whatever you've done, if you don't shift your thought, yeah, you just got burned feet. No. But anyway, with this book, I was 28 years old, I think, when I first got this book, and I started reading it. I was working four jobs to pay for a small studio apartment in Manhattan to live by myself as a painter, as an artist back in the 80s. And I wasn't happy. All I was doing was working. How many of you know that feeling? Just working to pay your rent. Especially if you have the courage to live in New York City. It is expensive here. It takes courage. And I say you all have that courage. But through these different chapters, I not only changed my attitude about my work, I got very healthy by getting sober, but I also ended abusive relationships. I was able to see my patterns with relationships, and then I got married. I went to acting school at age 40 or 50. Anyway, because I'll be 62 next month, so I just things keep changing. But this book is extraordinary. One of the things that I really want to share with you in the short time that we have together is this. It takes practice. It takes practice to become spiritually enlightened. It takes practice to continue to work with your angels. All right? It's not, if you're lucky, you do have the opportunity, which I did, to have the darshan with the guru. Some of you may know that what it is. You're in the presence of a master. You can have an experience of having your kundalini rise. That's not, it's important, but it's not important here if you don't know what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't really matter. But there are moments that can really shift the energy in your body, working with a really good chiropractor, a Reiki master, massage therapist, right? But your day-to-day program of getting up, clearing yourself, the angels, eating right, getting exercise, detoxing people from your life that no longer serve you. You've got to live like a warrioress, like a warrior. It's just not like that. I'm not here to promise you it's easy. But is it worth it? Hell yeah. Look at Freddie. Listen to your intuition, right? So right now, I want to do a short meditation to do a clearing of where you're at today. All right? If you want, you don't have to. This is being recorded, so you can listen to it later on my website, which you get, get the information on. So what we're going to do right now is clear any lower energies that are in your body so that you can just feel more positive, more receptive to what I say is creating 2016 for you. Right, from here on out, let's, with our gathered energy, and with the energy of the angels right now, let's just do this clearing meditation. So everyone just please breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again, breathe in and breathe out. You can close your eyes if you would like. At this time, I'm calling Archangel Michael, who works with all people, regardless of your denomination, regardless of your spiritual background. He works with everyone. And he's here to support us with courage, confidence, and strength. You can ask him to be with you at all times. He's holographic. He can be with everyone at the same time. Archangel Michael, please be with us now. And we're going to please clear from the bodies, physical bodies of each and every one here who have cords, and cords are like tiny surgical tubing between them and the future. They're worried. Anything of lower energy, any fear right now in their lives, any cords of attachment to other people that are upsetting them in their jobs, in their families, in the world. And other people that may be attacking them with negative energy. We can feel it when people do that. Archangel Michael, we ask you now with your sword of white light, please cut and sever all cords of attachment in and around everybody's body, and that all these cords just drop away. Breathe in and breathe out. And we ask you, Archangel Michael, with your sacred vacuum, to take this vacuum to the top of everyone's head and enter into their body, completely vacuuming out all additional worry and tension. Please go in to their body, to the top of the head, around the eyes, around the neck, down around the heart, the chest area, around the stomach, around their hips, their legs, to the bottom of their feet, to their arms, elbows, to the bottom tips of their fingers. Pull out all tension, all worry, any disease, any heartache, any anger. Pull it all out, up through the tops of the head, into the heavens, where it's transmuted into pure love and light. And Archangel Michael, please now send back into their body liquid, diamond, white light, so that it fills each and every cell of their body. And for each and every one here, please vacuum where they sleep, where they work, in their cars. Please lift up out of those spaces all negative energy. Take it up into the heavens, transmute it into love and light, and bring down into these spaces liquid, diamond, white light. We ask now Archangel Raphael to come in front of you. Raphael will help anyone here today who has any health issues, any addictions, any situation with their physical body that they would like healing with. We ask Archangel Raphael to bring his beautiful healing green emerald light into that part of their body right now. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And at this time, Archangel Michael wants each and every one of you to shield yourself in a beautiful, deep blue bubble of light so that you will shield yourself. Like an umbrella shields itself from the rain, shield yourself. Protect you from absorbing other people's negative energy. Thank you for this beautiful healing, and so it is. So those healing techniques are very basic. There are many more. You can just do that in the morning while you're brushing your teeth, cut my cords, the energy out, that. Do it before you go to sleep, and you will experience a deeper sense of peace. Practice and practice, okay? If you have difficulty cutting cords, don't worry. There are some cords that we have with people that we are really, sometimes we have an addiction to anger. Sometimes we have an addiction to, well, this thing happened to me. Why? You know, you're still holding on to that pattern. I just want to spend 1 minute talking about forgiveness. There are two things that will hold you back on your spiritual path. If you really want to connect with your angels, two things to address. Your fear, which we all have, but if you begin to face it, it will begin to dissolve. And resentment. Resentment is connected to lack of forgiveness. So, take a look at who you know you should forgive in your life. Plant a seed that you will in 2016, or maybe even in this moment, today, this week, forgive someone. Forgiveness is the hardest thing for human beings to do, but that is the magic key to connecting with pure love and all your energy. There are many, many bad things that have happened in people's lives and in this world. This is not about forgiving the action. Those things are unforgivable. We are going to forgive those people. Now, you know what I'm talking about. The horrible things that happen to little boys and little girls, to grown-ups, horrible things that happen. But you are all here, I say. The angels are saying you are gifted, you're special, you're highly intuitive, you're warriors and you're warrioresses. You're very powerful. You can overcome anything that's happened to you. You can let it all go. Right? So, two things to think about. Your fear and your resentments. Decide who you want to be in this world. Okay? If you need help on any of those, oh, the other thing, I have to conclude now. The first 15 people that call me or email me will receive a free 15-minute session with me by phone. All right? I'm not going to call you this time. I did that the last time. I called 20 people. And it was awesome, but I'm going to make it easy for me, if you're interested. All right? And now, that's all I'm going to say about the forgiveness part. If there's one thing that you want to say, what's in my way? What is in my way? Think about, who do I need to forgive? And you may need to forgive yourself for being really hard on yourself, for being just too hard on yourself. So you may need to forgive yourself, or there may be, usually it's a parent. It's a parent. And lastly, what I'll say is that, and it'll be on my next talk, we chose our parents. That's all I'm going to say. We chose our parents, and they are here to train us for the exact lesson that we signed up for in this life. Now that might make some of you like, oh my gosh, you know, I chose my parents. But yes, if you have very difficult parents, know that you are truly, truly special. And you are really ready to rise in your lifetime, at this time. And once you discover that, things start getting easier and easier and easier. But if you fight it, it's a lost battle. You know, it's a lost battle. So I really